Right, ladies and gentlemen, the parade commences. Just coming into sight now is the bus that today is really all about. This is RM1, these days owned by London Transports Museum. And RM1 appeared at the Commercial Motor Show exactly 60 years ago. It's very nearly exactly 60 years ago, and that's why we're here today. That is the original prototype, which appeared at the Commercial Motor Show in 1954, so exactly 60 years this September. It spent a checkered career with London Transport, originally entering service in February 1956 on the 2. You see it's got lines showing Route 2, especially for today. And London Transport actually sold it at one stage, but managed to buy it back again, and that's why we're lucky enough to be able to enjoy this bus again today. That's RM1. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, appearing from your right, from where I'm standing anyway, you'll see there's a green bus coming along. This is another of the 4 prototypes. This is RM2. RM2 was originally green, just as you see. It operated from Reigate Garage on the 406, just as it is today. It looked exactly like that when it was brand new back in the late 50s. RM2 again had a fairly checkered career. It wasn't green for very long. It got repainted red fairly early on in its life. And again, RM2 spent quite a lot of time being used as a driver trainer more than anything else. But RM2 has survived it all and has recently had an extensive refurbishment back to its original colours, which is why you see it back in green today, making one of its first public appearances since refurbishment. Behind it is RM3. L indicating Leyland. It's the first Routemaster to have a Leyland engine, and uniquely the only Routemaster to have a Wayman body. That was another prototype, the third of the 4 prototypes. It's followed up now by this bus coming along here with a cream banding, you'll see, which is RM999. Didn't quite make it to 1,000. 999 was bought from Reading Mainline, who operated it after it left London service. It appeared in Reading and ran there for a number of years and was bought there by Mike Russell of Reading, and he bought it in 2001 when Reading was deciding they'd had enough of Routemasters for now. So there it is, RM999. And that is followed by this bus you'll see with a cream roof, which is the Schillebeer livery from 1979. A lot of people think this is one of the most beautiful liveries that the Routemaster has ever worn. The Schillebeer livery celebrated 150 years of buses in London. George Schillebeer was the man who originally put horse buses on the road in 1829, and London Transport marked the anniversary 150 years later in 1979 by painting, I think it was a dozen, maybe slightly more, buses in exactly that livery. That is the original livery as worn by London's very first bus, RM2208. Right, this next Routemaster appearing lights looking in the right direction anyway, is RML 2452. RML 2452 was originally green. It was one of the second batch of green RMLs that entered service in 1966 in the country area. And like nearly all the green ones, it got brought back by London Transport at the end of the 1970s, was repainted and overhauled red, and gave sterling service ever since. And that bus there, 2452, stayed in service right up to the last day of Route 19 having route masters. And there it is in exactly that same guise today, much as it looked as it finished its service with a Riva back in 2004. And coming along behind it now, you'll see another bus on the 19. This one is RML 2514, carrying the livery that it had when it was with Kentish Bus. Kentish Bus won the tendering process to operate Route 19, I think it was 1993, and their vehicles had that livery. So the ones on the 19 got that livery, including this one, which has been lovingly returned to that livery. That's RML 2514 and the 19. And this just appearing in front of you now is RML 2660, which has just been repainted in the livery it last wore with the London companies. Right now, it's RML 2760's turn, famous as the last route master to be delivered. Had a long career, mostly at Upton Park Garage, delivered to Upton Park originally in 1968, spent many, many years there. And these days RML 2760, the final route master, is in the ownership of Stagecoach, but on long-term loan to London's Transport Museum at Brooklands, where they're looking after it very well. It's the final route master of all, RML 2760. And here comes a most unusual exhibit. This is an RMF. You'll notice the entrance at the front. It's RMF 2771, part of a small batch that were the only batch to be brought outside London. They served with Northern General for a good few years, and some of them eventually found their way down to London, and that is one that's travelled around quite a lot. As you see, it's wearing the colours of its last owner there. It's a party bus these days. And here is a unique bus, the FRM1, recently returned back to the original livery it wore when it was new in 1966. And that's what would have been all over London if London Transport had pressed ahead with the idea of their own internally designed forward entrance, rear-engined route master, but unfortunately it remained unique. A lot of us wanted the LT to go ahead and build a lot more of those. It seemed like a wonderful idea. It uses 60% of standard route master parts. You'll notice that particularly the upper deck looks just like a standard route master. It's got 60% of standard route master parts, and yet it's adapted for reversed operations, as it were. Driver at the front, engine at the back. FRM1, the only FRM that ever was.